You ever hear a story so chilling, so strange, it wraps around your spine like a cold hand, and somehow it just feels real? Not just a tale told around a campfire or whispered at sleepovers, but something deeper, something ancient, like it carries a warning, a truth cloaked in mystery. We've all heard them. The phantom hitchhiker who disappears without a trace, the babysitter who hears the call coming from inside the house, the mirror that doesn't just reflect, but reveals. They're called urban legends, but let's be honest, some of them feel less like fiction and more like memory. Stories passed down not just to entertain, but to protect, to prepare us for the things we can't explain, but still fear. Let's start with the hitchhiker. She's always alone, soaked in rain, pale, eyes haunted. You pull over because something about her seems urgent. She silently climbs in, gives you an address. No small talk, just presence. You glance back, and she's gone. The seatbelt's still buckled. You drive to the address, confused, shaken, hoping it's all in your head. But when you knock on the door, the family answers and says, "She's been gone for years. That was our daughter. She died in an accident, on that very road." This isn't just one story, it's a dozen, 100, reported in every corner of the world. Different names, different roads, same eerie encounter, and always a cemetery. Can every driver be hallucinating the same thing? Or are the dead still reaching out, trying to find their way home? Now let's talk about the babysitter. She's young, maybe 16, alone with the kids. The parents are out for dinner. The house is quiet. Then the phone rings. A voice whispers, "Have you checked the children?" She laughs it off, probably a prank. But the call comes again and again, louder, closer, shakier. She calls the police. They trace the line, and the call is coming from inside the house. Now here's the shattering truth. This story, it's based on a real 1950s incident, not just legend. A babysitter received strange calls, and the man was actually in the attic, watching, waiting. It's not always fiction. Sometimes the horror genre just can't outright reality. And what about Bloody Mary? We dare each other to whisper her name in front of a mirror 3 times, lights off, candle flickering, heart pounding, nothing happens. Or, did you see something? Some say she's a tortured queen, others a woman murdered in front of a mirror. Some even claim she's a reflection of our suppressed fears, given form. But here's the scientific twist. It's real. Not Mary, but the experience. When you stare at your own reflection in dim light, your brain literally starts to glitch. You see distortions, figures, faces that aren't there. It's called the strange face illusion. The line between science and supernatural is thinner than we'd like to admit. But let's shift gears to something darker, something proven. Cropsey. For decades, New York kids whispered about him, a child snatcher, a shadowy figure that lived in the woods near an abandoned asylum. People swore it was just a scary tale to keep kids out of trouble. Until the disappearances began, until Andre Rand was arrested. He lived near the area. He once worked at a school for children with disabilities. He was charged with kidnapping, maybe more. Suddenly the legend wasn't a myth. It was a mask, worn by a real monster. Sometimes we tell stories to make sense of evil. Other times evil hides inside the stories because it knows we won't believe. Now here's the bigger question. Why do these legends persist? Why are they the same across cultures, decades, even centuries? Why does every society have a vanishing passenger, a haunted mirror, a child snatcher in the woods? Because maybe, just maybe, they're not just tales, they're echoes, warnings, whispers from something older than us. Truth wrapped in fiction so we can bear to speak it. And the scariest part, the more we ignore them, the stronger they become. So the next time your lights flicker, the next time you hear a knock and no one's there, the next time your reflection looks wrong, don't brush it off. Ask yourself, is this just a story, or did the story just become real? Here at Sugar Bytes News, we don't just explore legends, we uncover truth, hidden in plain sight. We give voice to the forgotten, we chase the unexplained, and we shine light into the shadows. So if you're ready to see past the veil, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a comment below. What legend from your childhood never quite left you? Because where Sugar Bytes News drops, light follows, and in a world full of shadows, you're going to need it.